Hello and welcome back to Timeless Wisdom. Have you ever stopped to observe the people around you, whether it's your friends, neighbours, or even yourself, and wondered, why is it that some people flourish well into their 80s while others seem to lose their spark? The truth is, aging isn't a one-size-fits-all journey. For some, it's a gradual slowdown, limited movement, and accepting a life of constraints. But for others, it's quite the opposite. They continue to do things most people their age wouldn't dream of attempting. And this is exactly where today's video begins. If you can still manage to do even a few of the things we'll discuss, you're not just lucky, you're exceptional. You're showing physical signs that your aging process may actually be reversing. And let me be clear, this isn't about wishful thinking or magic. These are tangible, measurable capabilities, strength, coordination, and resilience, that are all linked to living longer, moving better, and maintaining your independence. What's truly surprising is how easily people lose these abilities without realizing it. It doesn't happen all at once. It's a slow decline, and then one day simple tasks like standing up from a chair or carrying groceries feel like a struggle. Before we dive in, take a moment to like, subscribe, and share this video, especially if you know someone over 60. The 8 signs we're about to cover could completely reshape the way you think about aging. Today, we're talking about 8 things that most 80-year-olds can no longer do. And if you can still do even a few of them, you're not just getting by, you're defying the odds and reversing the clock in the most meaningful way. Stay with me till the end, because the last sign is often overlooked, but it might be the most powerful indicator of all. Let's get started. Most people believe that once you hit 80, it's all downhill from there. Slower steps, weaker grip, foggy memory. That's just how it is, right? But that idea, that decline is just part of the deal, isn't the whole truth. In fact, much of what we think of as normal aging is actually avoidable. In many cases, it's even reversible. See, the body doesn't just shut down at 80. What actually happens is the result of years, sometimes decades, of underuse. Muscles weaken when they're not challenged. Balance deteriorates when it isn't practiced. Flexibility disappears when we stop stretching. And the same goes for memory, energy, even emotional drive. We've been conditioned to expect less as we age, to move less, do less, take fewer risks. But that kind of thinking, though often shared with good intentions, can be quietly dangerous. It leads to a shrinking lifestyle. People stop doing the things that once gave them purpose, joy, and vitality. And eventually, they stop doing the very things that were keeping them alive. But here's the good news. Not everyone falls into that pattern. Some people choose differently. They move with purpose. They stay sharp, active, and engaged long past the age when others start to fade. In the next section, we'll look at 8 specific actions, each one a powerful signal that your body and mind are still fully in the game. If you can still do these things, you're not just aging, you're defying age itself. Let's take a look at the first one. 1. You can rise from a chair without using your hands. It sounds basic, right? But being able to get up from a chair without pushing off with your hands is actually one of the strongest signs that your body is still aging well, or even in reverse. Why? Because this one simple motion engages your legs, your core, your balance, and your coordination all at once. It shows that your lower body muscles are still strong enough to support you on their own. And it's not just about physical strength, it's about maintaining your independence. For many seniors, this is the first thing that begins to slip. At first, it's just a little push off the armrest. Eventually, it becomes a real struggle to stand up at all. But if you're still able to stand smoothly using only the power of your legs, you're holding on to something incredibly rare: functional strength. Take Eleanor, 82. She never thought twice about her mobility until she noticed she was relying on the kitchen table to stand up. A week later, she lost her balance getting out of bed and fell. That was her wake-up call. She started doing light exercises, just 10 minutes a day of seated leg lifts and controlled squats. Within a few weeks, she was standing on her own again and smiling with pride every time she did so. Next time you get up from a chair, pay attention. Are your hands doing the work, or are your legs still in control? If you can still do this without help, drop a 1 in the comments. That's a powerful sign of youthfulness that most people lose far too early. 2. You're able to walk at a fast pace without losing your breath. Believe it or not, your walking pace might be one of the most accurate predictors of your future health. Some researchers argue it can say more about your longevity than most medical tests. That's right. How fast you walk could be a window into how well your body is holding up with age. Multiple studies have shown that seniors who maintain a brisk walking speed tend to live longer, stay sharper, and enjoy a better quality of life overall. But walking briskly isn't just about how fast your feet move. It reflects your heart's endurance, your lung strength, your balance, and how much energy your body still has in reserve. When you walk with purpose, it shows that your cardiovascular system is still doing its job. Your muscles are responding, and you haven't run out of steam. Now ask yourself, can you still walk with intention? Could you pick up the pace if you were trying to catch a bus? Or have you found yourself avoiding longer walks, needing to stop often, or just slowing down without realizing it? Take Leonard, age 79. He'd always considered himself active, but lately his walks had become slower and more cautious. "I thought I was just playing it safe," he admitted, but then one afternoon he couldn't make it around his block without stopping twice to catch his breath. That was a wake-up call. He began small, just walking a little faster to the mailbox each day, then around the corner, then to the park. Within a few weeks, his stamina and speed noticeably improved, and so did his self-confidence. Because walking pace isn't just about movement, it's a signal of vitality. The quicker you can walk without struggling, the more alive your entire system still is. Here's a simple challenge. Can you walk 10 or 20 feet like you're late for an appointment without losing your breath or feeling unsteady? If so, drop a 2 in the comments. That's a clear sign your heart, lungs, and muscles are still in sync, and you're doing far better than most people your age. 3. You can stand on one foot for at least 10 seconds. It might sound like something from a childhood game, but your ability to balance on one foot for 10 seconds is actually a strong indicator of how well your body and brain are aging. Balance isn't just about preventing falls, it's about your entire system working in harmony. It requires your muscles, your inner ear, your vision, and your brain to stay in perfect communication. And when one part of that system starts to decline, balance is often the first thing to go. That's why being able to stay balanced, especially in your 70s and 80s, is a powerful sign of long-term health and independence. Go ahead and try it right now. Stand near a wall or countertop, lift one foot a few inches off the ground, and see if you can hold that position without wobbling or reaching for support. If you can stay up for at least 10 seconds, that's a big deal. Let's talk about Judith, 81. One morning, while brushing her teeth, she noticed she was leaning hard on the sink. She tried standing on one foot and immediately had to grab the counter. That moment frightened her more than any doctor's report ever had. So she made a change. Every day she practiced balancing on one foot while brushing her teeth. At first, she needed the wall, but within a few weeks, she didn't anymore. And that sense of balance gave her a new kind of confidence. Because good balance isn't just about avoiding a fall. It reflects how well your nervous system is working and how sharp your reflexes still are. If you can stay steady on one foot for 10 seconds or more, type 3 in the comments. That level of control and connection between brain and body, that's rare and incredibly valuable. 4. You can get down on the floor and back up again without help. This one might sound like something only younger folks or fit gym goers can do, But your ability to lower yourself to the ground and then get back up on your own is a huge sign of total body wellness. This movement demands strength from your legs, stability from your core, flexibility in your joints, coordination across your limbs, and balance from head to toe. In other words, it's one of the clearest, most complete indicators of how well your body is functioning as a whole. If you're over 80 and still able to do this, you're in rare company. Many older adults start avoiding the floor, not because they don't want to be there, but because they're afraid they won't be able to get back up. That fear eventually turns into limitation, and that limitation, if left unchecked, becomes a form of physical decline. Here's the reality. If you can still sit down on the floor and stand back up without anyone helping you, you're holding on to something many people your age have already lost: functional strength, flexibility, and real independence. Avoiding the floor might seem harmless, but it leads to more sitting, less movement, and slowly chips away at your confidence. Let me share the story of Frank, 83. One afternoon, his great-granddaughter asked him to play a board game on the carpet. He hesitated, not because he didn't want to play, but because he wasn't sure he could get up once he got down there. That moment hit him like a brick, so he made a choice to fight back. Frank began a daily routine with simple exercises: slow squats, seated leg lifts, and gently kneeling and rising beside his bed. A few weeks later, he was getting up and down from the floor again with confidence and pride. If you've been avoiding the floor, ask yourself, is it because your body can't, or is it because you've stopped trying? There's a big difference. If you're still able to go down to the floor and get back up on your own, type 4 in the comments. That's a major sign that your body still remembers how to move, and that you're aging with strength, not surrender. 5. You can carry a full grocery bag without struggle. Carrying groceries might seem like a small, ordinary task, until the day it doesn't feel so easy anymore. Your ability to lift and carry something with a bit of weight is actually one of the clearest indicators that your muscles, joints, grip strength, and coordination are still functioning well and working together as a team. As we age, we naturally lose muscle mass, especially in the upper body. But if you can still pick up a full bag of groceries without shifting your balance, grimacing in pain, or needing someone to help, you're not just still strong, you're functional. And that's what truly matters. Meet Walter, 80. For decades, he prided himself on carrying in every grocery bag in one trip, just like he did when he was 40. But over time, the bags started feeling heavier. One day, he had to pause halfway up the stairs because his arms just gave out. That was his wake-up moment. Instead of giving in, he started doing small strength exercises, squeezing a tennis ball to build grip, light dumbbell curls, even wall push-ups. Within weeks, his strength returned, and so did his confidence. Carrying groceries activates your arms, your core, your legs, even your cardiovascular system. It's a full-body health marker. If this task still feels easy for you, don't overlook it. If you can carry a full grocery bag without needing to stop or awkwardly shift the weight, type 5 in the comments. That kind of strength is uncommon after 80, and it's a clear sign that you're still more capable than most. 6. You can climb a full flight of stairs without stopping. Stairs don't lie. They're one of the most honest physical tests out there. If you can climb a full flight of stairs without needing to stop and catch your breath, or grabbing the handrail for dear life, you're in better shape than the vast majority of your peers. Why? Because climbing stairs is a compound challenge. It calls on your leg strength, balance, cardiovascular endurance, and steady, rhythmic breathing. Every step up is a silent battle with gravity, and if you can still win that fight, it means your entire system is aging in sync. Take Irene, 82. She avoided stairs for years after a minor fall shook her confidence. Elevators became her new normal, but during a visit to her daughter's house, the only bathroom was upstairs. Climbing those stairs left her breathless, embarrassed and shaken. That moment lit a fire in her. She started practicing, 3 stairs at a time, holding the rail, then 5, then a full set. With daily repetition and breathing exercises, she built her endurance back up. And more than anything, she got her pride back. Doctors often use stair climbing as a quick test of cardiopulmonary health. If you can walk up 10 to 12 stairs without needing to stop, it means your heart is pumping, your lungs are delivering oxygen, and your muscles are still responding. If you can take on a staircase without hesitation or fatigue, type 6 in the comments. That's not just a sign of strength, it's living proof your vitality is still fully alive. 7. You can clearly recall recent conversations and events. A lot of people assume that memory loss is just part of getting older, but that's only part of the truth. Everyone forgets things occasionally, but if you can still remember what you ate for dinner last night, a conversation you had earlier this week, or something a friend told you recently, you're mentally ahead of the game. Sharp memory goes beyond just remembering names and dates. It shows that your brain is still getting the blood flow it needs, that your neurons are active, and that your mind is being used and stimulated regularly. In other words, your brain is aging well. Let me introduce you to Howard, 84. He's a quiet man, calm, thoughtful, and sharp as a blade. He remembers birthdays, old street addresses, and even the names of classmates from 70 years ago. When asked how he kept his mind so sharp, he gave a simple answer. I stay curious. I read. I talked to people. I never stopped learning. Howard's brain didn't stay sharp by chance. It stayed sharp because he kept using it. Just like muscles, memory gets stronger the more you challenge it. If you can clearly remember recent conversations, current events, or the little details of daily life, type 7 in the comments. That's a powerful sign that your brain is still vibrant, engaged, and fully awake, even if the calendar says otherwise. 8. You wake up refreshed and ready to start the day. Reading, writing, talking, solving puzzles, playing games, these aren't just hobbies. They're workouts for your brain. And just like physical activity keeps your body young, mental activity keeps your mind flexible, focused, and resilient. So if you still recall names, details, and recent conversations with ease, go ahead and type 7 in the comments. That level of mental clarity is a quiet superpower, and it shows you're not just aging, you're staying deeply present, alert, and mentally engaged with life. Now let's talk about sleep. It may not be as flashy as memory or strength, but restful sleep is one of the most underrated indicators of good health, especially after 80. And let's be honest, sleep does change with age, but if you still wake up feeling clear-headed, steady, and ready to take on the day, your body is sending a powerful message. I'm still strong, I'm still healing. Sleep is when your body rebuilds, your brain resets, and your immune system recharges. Poor sleep speeds up aging. It increases the risk of heart issues, weakens memory, and impacts mood. But quality sleep? It slows aging down. It protects you from the inside out. Let's take Ruth, 86. She began waking up foggy and drained, needing naps just to get through the day. Her doctor ran test after test, nothing serious. But then she made a few simple changes. She dimmed the lights an hour before bed, stopped watching TV after dinner, and made sure to let sunlight into her room first thing in the morning. Just 2 weeks later, Ruth's sleep had improved, her energy returned, her mood lifted, and her memory became sharper. She didn't need more medication, she just needed better rhythm. If you still fall asleep within 30 minutes, stay asleep through the night and wake up naturally without needing an alarm or struggling to open your eyes. Then you're doing better than most. That means your hormones are balanced, your nervous system is calm, and your body is still functioning the way it was designed to. If waking up refreshed is your norm, type 8 in the comments. That's not just good luck, it's a sign of deep biological health. It means your body hasn't forgotten how to heal itself. If you've made it this far, take a moment, because what you just walked through isn't a checklist. It's a mirror, a reflection of your life, your strength, your resilience, a testimony to how far your body and spirit have carried you. A lot of people believe that after 80, life is supposed to slow down, that things naturally wear out, that energy fades, memory blurs, and strength disappears. But the truth, some of the strongest, most inspiring people alive today are in their 80s and beyond. They're the ones who keep showing up, who keep moving, who keep laughing, lifting, remembering and waking up with a sense of purpose. If even a few of these 8 signs describe you, then hear this. You're not just surviving, you're breaking the mold. You are living proof that aging doesn't have to mean decline. Sometimes it means deepening, strengthening, becoming wiser, more grounded, more alive than ever. And if you read this and thought, well, I'm not quite there yet, that's okay. Awareness is where it starts, because strength can return, balance can be rebuilt, memory can sharpen again, purpose can reignite. And healing can always begin right where you are. So no matter where you find yourself today, remember this. You're still here, you're still capable, and you're still becoming. If this message touched your heart, or if even one of these signs reminded you of your own strength, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to Timeless Wisdom, and share it with someone who could use a little encouragement. Leave a comment below and let us know which sign had the most impact on you. What's one simple step you'll take today to stay strong, focused, and independent? Your story could be the inspiration someone else has been searching for. And don't forget, your presence here truly matters. Thank you for spending your time with us at Timeless Wisdom. Until next time, stay curious, stay compassionate, and always keep moving forward. Aging isn't about fading away. It's about rising up again and again.